Good morning from Yami B TV. Wishing you all well today, sending lots of love your way as usual, and hoping your Sunday is going to go the best it possibly can. Now, before I go and travel today, where I'm doing a show, like I told you earlier on in the week, a different kind of show to what I've done before. Once it's out there, if it's up to your liking, of course, I'll let you know when it's out. And you can have a butcher's or have a look if you want. So before I go now, I've been asked to do this topic for quite some time. There's so many different elements to it. So this morning, I'll keep it as plain and simply the role that the authorities, prison staff, prison officers, screws as we used to know them, the part they play in the dynamics in the jungle and what happens, the harsh realities when you really surrender or relinquish your freedom on the outside world to go and participate to an establishment or institutions that are not really for the faint-hearted. So I was thinking of one this morning now. When I was that nutter back in the day, right, in the Cat A's now, you get some real eye-openers to the kind of staff that are really employed in places. And we know we balance it fairly. There's always good and bad, both sides, etc., etc. One time, right, there we was in Whitemore, and there was this old kind of general guy with glasses, but you know that he hated me on site and I hated him, right? And you know I was running about a lot, and everywhere that I used to appear, going up to a landing, shouting someone through the fence, trying to, on the graph, trying to do things. This man, officer, always used to appear and drive me mad. And some of us who lived that life, you know exactly what I mean. He just appeared out of nowhere. He just had a hard on for me, right? One time I got him good. Like he come just at the wrong, he come at the right time, but I'd already collected what I had to collect through the gate. So, and got rid of it, like put it away kind of thing, so he couldn't get it. But he saw it from a distance and he was coming from, he was absolutely livid, right? But I was laughing at him because he knew what I was like, because I'm thinking, I got you, ha, 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 ha. So when he's coming downstairs, when he walked me back to my cell, right, got to the door and was still smiling kind of thing. He goes like that. He goes, well, at least no family. How does it feel that you had a family member tell the police that you had a gun and you was running around with it and all that kind of stuff? We know what case I'm talking about, those that have followed me for quite some time, right? My face went purple because it did happen. And for that to be in the prison file and records, I was thinking, how the fuck, what else that in there? How would he know that? This is in the details, probably, of the police report of when I got nicked by the flying squad for those armed robberies and that kind of stuff, right? Because it was a family member really close to me that did phone the police for my own good, in reality. To be honest, and I know that people say, yeah, but they shouldn't have done that, but you know what I mean, when you're running around like a loose cannon and they're worried that you might get killed or get hurt or you're going to affect others and that kind of stuff, sometimes the right thing to do to take you out the equation for your own safety and for everybody else's is to put you away or let them know that how you're behaving. It didn't change anything about my case or anything like that, but when he said it, it hurt me because I knew that it was true. Because during those stages, not like now, it was kind of ultimate betrayal. But it wasn't the first time it happened to me. Because, like, you phone the police, yeah, they come and... For him to say, how does it feel, family? I looked at him. I said, I'll kill you one of these days. And his face was grinning now because he was getting me back for what happened up there. But those are the kind of things where you relinquish. Because the stuff that's written about you, you're always going to have staff like you fall out with, and if they don't know who you are, they will look through your file to see if there's anything they can get at you with. Well, it's a very serious thing. Many men have gone bonkers by things said like that I've just told you about, and they've got access to it all. They can start spreading rumors about certain things that are not true. They can they stir the pot, set cat amongst the pigeons. You know what I mean? They can press your buttons. Like the other side of the coin is, one time I was going to a board as well. Again, a board for recategorization. So I'm walking with this this big one here. I think we're in Larton at this time, and there's a lovely lady to the left of me, kind of likes me as well. So I walk into the board. I've been having a terrible time in there. And as we're walking towards it, he goes, well, you know, I'm just going to save my bit today. He's supposed to be my personal officer. I've never even had a conversation with him, right? I said, oh, shut up, fat. So, you know, I was being rude back. So when we got onto the board, he basically started reading out the first sentence of the write-ups. He was late, banging up. I asked him this. I saw him collect something. There's not things that were definitely not proven by way of adjudication and that kind. As soon as he said the first 4 lines, I just got up the board because I knew that I was sitting in a kangaroo court where nothing was going to go on my way that day. So I wasn't going to listen to all that shit. It's basically, you're going to say all the things that are going to stop me getting what I wanted, to get come down in category, to keep me in the category A's. But I expected it, and it didn't really matter to me because, you know, one prison is the same to me all the time. So the dynamics of it all, and a lot of men over the years, they're not known. It's a fearful environment for them to come, especially in the category A's where you're not known. And a lot of men, some men, I say out of fear really, will start arguments with prison staff so other inmates can have a look and see, but really what the person's doing, a lot, not all the time, but they're letting inmates know, look, he's calling this, the prison officer a mug, a cunt, I'll knock you out, blah, blah. Basically showing out in front of a crowd so that he gets recognised to score some points, you know, like us versus them, I can handle myself really, and blah, blah, blah. But you and I know, or some of us that have done it, some of us that ain't, prison staff can take real offence to it all, and then they start delving in to things to make it harder for you in there. It really, the game playing in there is off the Richter scale. And you and I know there's many a time where they've spreaded rumours, prison staff have spreaded rumours, right? About men that ain't true. We've even heard on Yummy TV of men getting killed through other inmates, allegedly, when they spread around that this man's a sex offender, this one's this and that one's that, only to find out that it wasn't true. It's their own personal things, or their well-being, that they're in a position of power where really they can do as they please. It's the same when, like with that one there in the dinner queue, like you're coming back, you know, you're having a bad day. I'll say to an officer, listen, don't keep picking, like, leave me alone, otherwise you know what I mean? The words come out of your mouth. Yeah, I mean, this is all the learning curve for me. And I learned as time went on. Sometimes if you talk, you're gonna have to back it up, because you go behind the door, put your cell door, you're a bit itchy now because everyone was there, staff was there, inmates, when you made that threat in the dinner queue or out on the landing or whatever. So I'll be lying on my bed fidgeting, thinking, oh no, the door's going to open in a minute and they're going to pile in on me. This is all the learning experiences, and those environments breed hatred for one side or another, depending on what happens and your experiences by getting beaten up by prison staff, or you beating them up. They hate you, you hate them. This is how it all stems from. So one of those days I was fidgeting on the bed, thinking, oh, they're going to come. They banged up for dinner. Then I could hear them all coming with the shields. They came in. I was thinking, oh no, good, they're gonna rush me, or good, what should I do? The door was open the first time it ever happened to me. I didn't fight back, but I still got a beating, wrapped you up, toss you up, get a little kicking, stamp on your face, break up all your wrists and everything. When it happened again, this is why I matured into a kind of hardened criminal, because the realization that sometimes when you don't fight back, you get a beating anyway. So then other times when they came at the same kind of thing, as they come through the door, I thought to myself, well, you're better off just having a row and getting a beating anyway, because it's the same either way. So you lot have a blessed day. Just a couple of experiences this morning, but we go live tonight and we can talk about such stuff in detail. But I will be doing a full video on the staff and the role they play in that environment, in my opinion and my experiences. Have a lovely day.